Hi YouTube. So I made a video last week and I said that I'd be making a video every week, and I went to my second Weight Watchers weigh-in. So I'm pleased to come back with a 4.1 loss. That's great. And I wanted to just talk about some challenges that I faced this week as far as my first official week on Weight Watchers. So I'm going on my second week, and this week I was traveling to my hometown in Niagara Falls to visit family, and I really didn't realize how challenging and difficult it would be, and some of the challenges that traveling pose on somebody that is trying to be on a diet. So I went to Niagara Falls with my boyfriend, and we had all our meals planned out, which really helped. We knew that with the family and friends that people would just be showering us with different food options, which is really nice of them, but they're usually not the best options. So we decided it would work for us if we kind of planned our meals ahead of time and figured out what we were going to eat. And that worked fine, and for the most part we did stay on track. There were 2 to 3 days where we did go over points, but Weight Watchers has designed the program where you have extra points, the points plus. So if you do go over, you have these additional points that you can use. You have 49 extra points on the top row that you can check off as you use them, which is great because one day we went there. They are known for their great barbecue. We have a great restaurant called Dinosaur Barbecue, and of course barbecue and any kind of meal like that is just going to be extremely high in points. But I did manage to stay only 10 over on points with that meal. So that was great, and I did check it off on the top. But I just wanted to talk about some challenges that people can face when, maybe I'm on the diet with my boyfriend, but sometimes it's harder to get other people on board with this new way of thinking. So my mother loves to buy food for us when we come home, and that's so great of her, but sometimes the food options are just not good options. They range from cookies to high-fat cheeses, dips, chips. So even though I told my mother before we came that we were really trying to watch what we were eating, and I'm sure this is the same for a lot of people, sometimes it's like a learned habit, and the people that are around you that aren't also dieting kind of need to get used to the fact that you're not going to eat these foods anymore. So it was a challenge coming up with ways to say that we weren't going to eat the food that was purchased for us, just because then you feel guilty, you feel like they spent all this money on food and now you're not eating it. So we had our meals planned, so it helped. But for those meals that were kind of spur of the moment, I know when we went to my boyfriend's mother's house, who also lives in the area, she had prepared a stew for us, and it kind of was out of the blue. So obviously this wasn't something that we had planned in our meal, and with being on the road for so long, we had already made sandwiches, prepared our meals, and we weren't sure what we were going to do with this stew, which was, higher in fat, potatoes, so lots of carbs. So dealing with it, we decided that we were just going to have a little bit of it instead of eating what we normally eat, like a giant bowl. I chose not to eat any of it, but my boyfriend did have some of it, and it really worked out where if you just have a little bit of something that someone has prepared, it makes them feel a lot better about it. And I think it also sends a message that, hey, I am watching what I'm eating, and this is kind of how it's going to be going forward. And not that somebody preparing something for you is a mistake, but perhaps, they won't make that decision again to surprise you, catch you off guard with something that maybe you have not planned for. So, I am very pleased with my weight loss at 4.1 pounds lost, and tomorrow is going to be my second weigh-in, and I'm hoping my goal is to lose 2 pounds. That would be great if I could lose 2 pounds. Because I did have a couple days that were over, I realized that it's not going to be as substantial as the first week. And then I guess my next goal would be something that I really struggle with is getting exercise in. I really need to get exercise in. I think it would really speed up my weight loss and just make you healthier. So just some of the meals that I ate this week to lose that 4 pounds. I'm really, really concentrating on eating a lot of vegetables. So I really enjoy vegetables. I know a lot of people don't, so this would be a little bit more difficult for them. But I really load up on the vegetables as much as I can. I eat vegetables, and I find it easier if I eat the vegetables first and then I eat my my protein. So if I have a steak or a piece of chicken or whatever the meat is, I find it easier if I eat the vegetables first because it really fills me up and it makes me just feel more satisfied and filled. And I also did a few egg whites for breakfast. That's great. You can get 3 egg whites for 1 point on Weight Watchers. And as you know, we did celebrate Valentine's Day. So instead of buying the traditional box of chocolates for Valentine's Day, I got my boyfriend a bunch of bags of Weight Watchers candy, and that's great. They're chocolate you can have for 1 point a piece. It's Weight Watchers brand, and it really helps for us to stay on track because we'll only have 1 piece of it a day. So if you're really craving something sweet, it's really a great option. And I know for us at night we like to have a cup of tea, or we sound so old, but a cup of tea and a piece of chocolate at night. And before, when we were eating just normal store-bought chocolate that was in portion controlled, you could potentially eat 5 points worth of chocolate in just a little square. These squares are only 1 point. So it makes it really easy just to control the diet. And we know that it's a treat and that we'll only have 1 piece a day. Obviously they wouldn't work if you ate the whole bag. And then for snacks, I think I said in my last video, I do a lot of popcorn and shrimp. I've been eating a lot of shrimp because it's low in calories, and you can get a pretty substantial amount of shrimp for a few points. And then, of course, I do usually drink, so drinks really are a killer. Drinks are very high. Just 1 shot of any kind of liquor is about 4 points. So have a couple or a few drinks, and now all of a sudden you drank 12 points, and you really need to account for those. I remember last time I did Weight Watchers, when I'd go out to drink, I was like in denial. I was like, oh, alcohol, there's no calories or there's nothing in alcohol, and I wasn't losing as rapidly, and it was the alcohol because I wasn't accounting for it. I mean, just because it doesn't fill you up doesn't mean that there aren't any calories. I mean, they're essentially empty calories. But it is something that I enjoy. I enjoy wine, and it's not really something that I'm going to give up because I'm on a diet. I'm just going to account for it. So that is pretty tricky when you want to have a few drinks and you're trying to put that into your points. Something that I found interesting that was very high in points that I didn't realize, and I was eating it more or less of like a snack food that I thought was just like this great healthy food, is hummus. I love hummus, and it saddened me when I found out how, I wouldn't say bad for you, but just high in points hummus is. You know, I think you can only get like a fourth of a cup for like 4 points or 5 points depending on the hummus. So it's really high. It's like, I think Weight Watchers has it listed as an indulgence food. So that was pretty disappointing. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with my weight loss of 4.1 pounds. And tomorrow I'm weighing in, and so this will be my 3rd weigh-in, and I'm hoping for a 2-pound loss, just because I know that when I went away, I did go over some days. So I will report back to you guys on my progress. And I did notice that I have 2 subscribers. One of them is unknown, I think, because their profile is private, and the other subscriber, I checked out your video. So thank you for subscribing, and I hope you get to watch this video. And I will be making another video next week at some point. I don't really have a video day that I'm making videos, so next week at some point I will make a video, but definitely before I weigh in. And my weigh-in day is always going to be on Wednesday. So hopefully I will see you again, and I thank you for watching, and go ahead and subscribe to my videos. As I said in my last video, I have a lot of videos to make because I have a very high goal of a weight loss of 150 pounds. So I will see you again, YouTube. Have a great day.